Welcome to Night Hacking at Devox Belgium. I'm Yolande Poirier from Oracle Technology Network, and my guest today is Peter Pilgrim. Peter, hi.
Hi, nice to meet you, Yolanda. Yeah,
Nice to meet you too.
yeah,
Happy to have you here.
yeah. I'm glad to be at Devox again. Yeah,
How many times have you been at Devox?
I must be 7 times.
Wow.
So my first time was Java Polis 2007,
Whoa.
2005 actually. Yes, and then the last time I was here was I think Devox 2013, and I just had my book published.
Ah,
Yeah, like
yes.
my
To
first
remember
book,
that.
Java EE Developer Handbook, and last year I completed another book
Oh, we
called
want to know about
Digital
that.
Java EE 7. So
Cool.
I've done two Java EE books, 7 books. Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
So you are a Java developer,
yes.
architect as well? Uh,
I
it's
Yeah, a
difficult to
little
see.
bit. I know
Yes.
about architecture. I'm an independent contractor. I tend to get to do hands-on development, and by the time I'm brought onto projects, the architecture and the design is already completed. They're not thinking about moving to microservices. In rare occasions, I have been brought in early in the software development lifecycle.
I
Yeah.
see.
Mm.
So what kind of the challenges that you see with working with Java EE or your customers? I mean,
It's a mixed bag of technology. It mostly monolithic web applications, which will use either a combination of older EE technology, EE6, um, maybe Spring Framework. Yes, a lot of clients do use Spring Framework. Um, I used to work in investment banking, so things like WebLogic and IBM WebSphere. Um, but now, I think the biggest thing, and it's not Java EE's fault, is that we have a mountain of legacy software that makes it hard to upgrade. So I can think of a particular client that uses a particular technology such as Seam, and they're trying to move to a more EE standard architecture. I can think another client that used EE6 with Spring Framework, and they are stuck with it for the foreseeable future. So, and that's what the projects I help out. So, so called digital transformation projects. So,
so so because there is a lot of buzzwords, right? And we talk about microservices, and so all those trends. What is your, I mean, on the ground, let's say, in
yeah.
the practical projects. So how do you see those trends actually being translated into real projects?
Well, yeah. So for microservices, it's difficult to to get organizations to transform, because there's a to do it in the same way as Netflix or a body like that. There has to be cultural change. You need a developer operations mindset, and you need to spend money hiring enough resources to cover your targeted microservices, and 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 organizations will find that challenging. I think. The other thing that in my time as an independent contractor, there's a distinct lack of tests that I've seen in code, such as unit tests or very brittle functional tests, where you have fixtures that are so heavyweight that it is impossible to mock them, or their impedances, like there are not enough development databases because they're shared between multifunctional teams. So and none of this is Java EE's fault. And And of course, there's time pressure, cost to time to market. These are architectural tools, so I terms, and as well as availability and security, and delivering um, the software that customers actually need. And so it's no wonder that engineers have foregone any sort of test, or the tests have been so weak. Um, there's just not been enough focus on getting or doing agile correctly. So it's a multi-dimensional or multifaceted difficulties that I see, not just with Java EE. It could be any other technology such as Python or Scala or whatever, or or Android or whatever it is that you want to progress with.
Yeah, so the evolution of the platform is really like having a path to evolution is
Yeah.
really the challenge in many cases.
Yeah, so it's the right idea to make developers' lives easier. I think, yes, that was Java EE3 or EJB3. We're making it, what was it called? Java 1, ease of development. We can do a lot more, especially through David Delabassi's talk about delivering microservices by making testing easier. If you think
Yeah.
about it, if developers are going to write code that is targeted on machines they don't own, they better be able to test these services locally on their own machine, on their own private clouds. And that's assuming you get through the dysfunction of companies
Yeah.
that allow these sort of environments to be set up.
But
So,
a lot of the testing also is being pushed to not to a QA team anymore, but also to the pushed to a QA team, but also to the engineers, right, who are responsible for some of the testing. So
yeah, so that would be correct. So in organizations like Netflix, or the gov.uk Home Office project that I was involved in, you have to build cucumber or behavior driven development tests as part of the sprint. And so that is needed, but there's also the infrastructure that
yeah.
is needed to support the engineers. And so, of course, it's a lot of work
Design.
and a lot of expertise. But yeah, so that's the main thing I see there.
So what would be your recommendation then to those companies or to those teams? Like, so to focus on testing, to what would be like a concrete steps that they could take?
My second concrete step is that there are lots of organizations that want to modernize, they just don't know how. And one way that they should look at is to modularize their monoliths and be prepared. The IT directors should be prepared. You must throw away code. You must invest money in not just in delivering code and product features to customers. You need to eat your own dog food and take care and have a core platform team. Because if you don't look after your core business and you don't allow developers or engineers to come to conferences like DevOps and to learn, you're you're leaving yourself exposed. I wouldn't say that's the end of your business, because if you have a monopoly in the market, you will sell software to the clients, but you're leaving yourself long term with customers or a fast competitor who will suddenly appear at your door. And the other thing, as I said, it was a multifaceted dimension, is you've got to think of the technology always changes. I say this is industry is a moving feast. So you've got Java 9 with modules coming along. So does your software, which is still compiling against Java 6, will it run against Java 9? and of course the pressures with the modern Java hipsters who are going to be really interested in Pariah Micro or Oracle Cloud. There are customers out there that will, in the future, want to take advantage of these new possibilities, and they like the comfort of a standard. Should something go wrong with Oracle Cloud, they could go to Cloud Foundry. So this is standardization and a balance with innovation. So yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds like
yeah,
very concrete steps
yeah,
to yeah, and think about,
yeah,
even if you are in still using Java E6.
yeah.
So so you mentioned the two books, but can you remind us like what the latest book was?
Um, the latest book was called Digital Java EE7. Um, digital probably means being more aware of not just being coding. You're working in a team with a lot of skills. It's a book about the web side of Java technology. So there's Java Server Faces, there's Angular version 1, and even EE8 technology, which is in beta or called Model View Controller, and it may or may not appear in the next edition. I hope it does, but it points the way. The point is that you're not just a Java developer, you're working with JavaScript developers and all sorts of clever people, content specialists, and user experience people, and all sorts of other experts. So that's really where we are, and I think that's the future as well.
You write a blog as well?
I have a blog. You
Yeah.
can find it at zenonique.co.uk/blog. So,
Yeah. Cool.
and I'm also on Twitter
Yep.
at Peter_Pilgrim.
Great. So
Yeah.
you know where to find the expertise.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much,
Yeah.
Peter. Thank you. And
Thank you.
enjoy the rest of the vlogs.
Appreciate it.